6 months ago, I took the ultimate trip to Japan and I spent a lot of money on Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which you can see in my previous video. In this video, I'm going to give you the best tips on where to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards in Japan and how to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards in Japan. I just want to start by saying I get it, a lot of people cannot go to Japan because it is very, very expensive, especially if you live in Europe or the USA or Canada. But I just wanted to make this video and I do recommend, if you can, try saving up for this trip, especially if you love Yu-Gi-Oh, because there is just so many incredible places to see, whether you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh or not. And I know, like I said, it's very difficult and I was very, very fortunate to go there. And I just recommend just trying to save money if you can in this economy. I know it's difficult for this ultimate trip. So let's get into the tips and let's go into what I did there and how my journey went. Now, me personally, this was my ultimate trip and it took years of planning and years of saving, and I spent 3 weeks there. So I spent 1 week in Tokyo, 1 week in Osaka, and 1 week in Kyoto. Now, you don't have to do this. Of course, like I said, money can be an issue and it can be really expensive. So my minimum amount of time you need to be there is 1 week. Like, if you need to go for at least 7 days, I feel like 5 days even isn't enough. So I would recommend 7 days at minimum, and if you want to do extra, you can do. Now, I spent, like I said, 1 week Tokyo, 1 week Osaka, 1 week Kyoto. If you were just going to go for 1 week and you want to mainly go for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, you should go 1 week in Tokyo and then for a day trip to Osaka. I feel like you can skip Kyoto. However, if you can squeeze in Kyoto, I would recommend it, because Kyoto, when it comes to history and traditional Japanese architecture, is just next level. So if you're into that, you can go to Kyoto. The only reason I don't recommend Kyoto if you're there for 1 week and you're looking for Yu-Gi-Oh is that there just wasn't much there in terms of cards. Like I said, it is a more older city. It used to be the capital of Japan, but now all the stuff has moved into Tokyo and Osaka, and that's where the best shops were to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I just didn't really find anything in Kyoto personally. So yeah, if you want to go for leisure and see stuff, then go to Kyoto. If not, 1 week in 1 week in Tokyo and then a day trip to Osaka. Now, I understand as well that it is long to get from Tokyo to Osaka. It's around 2 hours on the bullet train, and the bullet train can cost around $80. So it's not cheap, but if you want to get the best Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you need to go to Osaka, because in my opinion, in terms of, I'd say there's more product in Tokyo, but there were really insane stuff in Osaka that I found. It's even in English as well, so it's very hard to choose one of them, and I feel like you have to do both. If you literally can only do one, I do recommend Tokyo, even though Osaka had epic stuff in it and there were some shops that were just better than the Tokyo ones. There's more options in Tokyo, and of course that's going to be the case. I mean, there's more tourists there. It's the best city there in terms of it's the capital, literally. So if you can only do one city, go to Tokyo. If you can do more than one, go to Osaka. There are other cities like Nagano and things like that I've heard are good as well, but I didn't get the chance to go there, so I can't speak on those. But yeah, if you're there for 1 week, Tokyo, with a possible day trip to Osaka. Now, I wanted to make this video because I made a lot of stupid mistakes when I got there, and I don't want you guys to do what I did. So yeah, I wanted to make this because when I got there, I was like, oh my god, I'm in Japan. This is crazy. Go there, go there, go there, go there. And I was just buying stuff, bro. Like, if you've seen my previous video, I spent about $5,000. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't all wasted, but like the first few $100 or the first $1,000, I definitely overspent. Now, the reason for this is there's loads of shops, guys, and loads of them have singles, like Yu-Gi-Oh single cards, which I was mainly after. I was also after sealed product, but we'll get to that. And with the singles, you had Japanese ultimate rares, which aren't that expensive compared to English ultimate rares, so I really wanted to get my hands on those. The thing is, guys, these shops, they differentiate in the prices so much. Some of them will price it like a different price, and then you go to the next shop and it's either way cheaper or way more expensive. So I don't know how the pricing works. I'm guessing it's just down to mistakes certain shops make when they're pricing the cards. They will also have the condition of the card on there. It will either say A, B, C, D, or E, and so on and so forth. And A is obviously amazing condition, and then D will be bad condition. And then they'll also have a number on it. Sometimes it'll say 10 for the best condition and like 5 for a bad condition. So the thing is, some of these cards looked in great condition, but they were given like 7s. But like for me, they looked like 9s. So I didn't mind picking them off the cheaper price. Then there were some cards that were marked as 9s, but they looked like 7s. So it's kind of all over the place. So when you get there, don't just rush in like I did and just let's say you have a card in mind. For example, a card I really wanted was a Chaos Emperor Dragon Ultimate Rare, which I did get my hands on, and I think it was about $20 to $30 I paid for it in Ultimate Rare. So obviously, as you know, Japanese cards are really cheap because Chaos Emperor Dragon in an old school one in TCG is very expensive. So just don't buy the first card you see of the card that you want. Take note of the price, have a look around, because guys, you will save so much money. The worst example of this was I went to Osaka. I bought the Sacred Beasts. I bought Uriah, Haman, and Raviel, and I paid around $120. I didn't check the price online. I didn't check other stores. I just saw them and they were in English. It was Asian English. And I was just like, no way, I can't believe they're here. And I just bought them. And I didn't have internet at that time, to be fair, but I just kind of rushed it, bought them, thinking there's no way that the store's going to overprice me. Got home, the cards were not worth, like, they were worth 75% less than that, and I found them cheaper in other stores. So just be aware of that, guys, when you get there. And I'm not saying the stores are doing this on purpose. I don't think they are. I just think it's just down to human error, really. I think they just certainly, when they're pricing cards, they're just making mistakes here and there. So just be careful of this. Take your time. Don't just buy stuff straight away. And then the second thing I would say is buy card sleeves, guys. Whether you're a collector or a player. Now, if you're a player, you should definitely buy card sleeves, because for me, I switch card sleeves all the time. And the prices for card sleeves there, I bought a Yugi and Kaiba Quarter Century Rare card sleeves for around $2 to $3. They were insanely cheap. So I would just say just stock on. I bought loads of card sleeves back. Even if you're a Pokemon fan as well, which I kind of am as well, I picked up some Pokemon sleeves because they were really cheap. Just buy sleeves because they're just crazy, crazy cheap. And the other thing was that with these sleeves as well, obviously you can bring them back. You can pack them all in one, like, just bring them in your suitcase. I bought probably 30 sleeves. There are expensive sleeves, don't get me wrong, but that's because they're out of print and they're old school sleeves. That's the same in TCG, right? If there's an older school printing of sleeves, they will be more expensive. So for example, I paid for Elemental Hero Flame Wingman sleeves, and they cost around $15 in Japan, and obviously I paid $2 to $3 for the current sleeves. So yeah, they fluctuate in price a lot, but that's because they're old school sleeves. If you want to buy the current sleeves, the new sleeves, they're so cheap, man. I mean, $2 to $3. And the reason for this is that many of you may not know is because there are so many card games in Japan that they basically have to keep their prices low, because if Konami was to charge let's say $10 for sleeves, people will just want to move to different card games. Because let's be honest, the economy in Japan at the minute isn't the best. The yen has been pretty weak for about 2 years now, or a year. So people just move into other card games. Konami are forced to keep their prices low to compete with the other card games. While in the West, we have very little card games. We have Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh are like the big three. So they kind of have they can kind of increase their prices a bit. There's no competition. While in Japan, you have Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Digimon, Duel Masters. You have One Piece, and I know we have One Piece and other stuff like that in the West, but it's nowhere near as popular as it is in Japan. And also they have the Dragon Ball Z card game in Japan, which we also have in the West, but again, not as popular. So yeah, pick up the card sleeves, guys. They're so cheap. And like I bought, like I said, Kaiba and Yu-Gi ones because I'm a massive anime fan. So just dirt cheap, guys, dirt cheap. If you are a collector as well, I would recommend a sealed product. Like, even if it's Japanese, I did come across a few English products that were sealed, which was insane to me. I could not believe that some stores actually had English products which were sealed. Like I bought a Yugi tin from 2017, which I did an opening on my channel. I got some great pulls from there. And I paid about $30 for that, which is insane. So you can find sealed products. You can find sealed English products. These are the crazy finds though, because they are much more valuable than singles and things like that, because these are things that have been unopened. I also did get 4 structure decks. I got a Yugi one, a Kaiba one, Joey, and Marek, which I have on display, which was really cool. If you are into action figures as well, like I am, well, I'm not really, but when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh anime, of course I am. There are these Koto Bikuya, I believe I'm saying that right. These are anime statues. I got one for Bakura, Joey, Yugi, and Kaiba, which also great, and they look amazing. The detail is incredible. They were $100 each though, so if that's a bit overpriced, skip them. But for me, it was a once-in-a-lifetime trip, and I thought they looked sick, so I just put them on display. And yeah, they're not card game related. They're just like, if you're a fan of the show, you can grab these. I just thought I'd add that in there for anyone who isn't a fan of the anime. If not, you can just grab one. I just grabbed those 4 because I was like, they're like 4 of my favorite characters, so I picked them up. If you've done a little bit of research into Japan, you know that the main place in Tokyo is Akihabara. And yeah, I agree with this. I think that was where the bulk of the product I found was. But like I said, there's so many stores and there's so many little alleyways where there's also stores that just take your time and just have a look. Because not only this, guys, if you want to open Japanese, like let's say a booster box in Japanese, even though they're not in English, they're so cheap. Like, and I would recommend waiting for a sale, because when I was there, I went on the first day to Akihabara, which was a Thursday when I landed in Japan, and the prices were around $20 to $25 for a booster box. I didn't buy it then, but then I came back on a Saturday or a Sunday, I can't remember, to Akihabara again, and the booster box was like $12. And I think it was just on discount because a newer set was coming out, so they were trying to get rid of their older set. So when you're there, just wait it out. Don't buy straight away. Just wait for those sales, because I couldn't believe it. $12 for a booster box. That's crazy. We pay in the UK about £60, which is around $70, $80. So you're getting them for $12 to $15 in Japan. On sale, of course, but still, that's just crazy. Even $20 to $25 for a literally full-on booster box is just so cheap. And I know the cards are in Japanese, but it's still insane. And what you could do is, I'm a massive fan of keeping sealed product on my shelf, because over time it just goes up in value. So if you're an investor, like investing in Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, whatever, you can do that as well and just keep them sealed on your shelf at home, in your cupboard, or wherever else it may be. And finally, I do just want to discuss stores, specific stores. Let's say you're short on time. For me, there were 3 stores that I would really recommend going to. One is in Osaka and one is in Tokyo, and the rest is like a chain that you can find in every city, really. So the first one is Book Off. So what this is if you've seen other Japan videos, you may have heard of it. It's not just for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it's for anything. It's just clothing, like video games, even Nintendo DS's you can find in there, which is really cool. Old Pokemon games, old Yu-Gi-Oh games, manga, anything. It's literally a secondhand store. And some of these in some of the areas I went to were really like hidden gems in there. So you should just visit them, have a quick look through each of them, because you might find an old school Yu-Gi-Oh product in one of them. In one of the ones in Osaka, I'd found a old school Labyrinth of Evil booster pack, which was PSA 10, and I picked it up because I was like, why not? It's in English too, literally an English booster pack from 2004, I believe. So yeah, this is just like a chain called Book Off, and they are in there'll be a few in Tokyo, a few in Osaka, and then if you go to other cities while you're there, they will be there as well. There's a secondhand store, and also, like I said, there is really cool old school retro games in there as well, which is just, if you were a fan of playing like Pokemon games growing up, there's just a lot of great stuff in there. So they also, like I said, have a single section for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they'll probably have a hidden gem in there. So just check in there, have a look, see if it's possible. I would also recommend getting Kazuki Takahashi's official manga while you're there, even if you're not going to read it, just for display, because obviously he passed away a couple of years ago, and just to support his legacy. And his artwork, guys, is unreal. It's absolutely unreal, man. Like, I'm not a manga fan, but just seeing the artwork of the anime characters and the monster cards themselves, it's so good. I will try and have footage here of the manga books I bought as well, because the artwork is just insane, and they were only like 50 quid for like 24 books, which is like, it's like $2 per book, $2 to $3 per book, which is just so cheap. So they can be found in Book Offs or any other places. The second store would be a place called, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Fuku Torika, which is Fuku and then Toreka. I believe that is how it is spelled as well, just in case some of you want to take note of it if you go there, because this store, this was insane. They had English stuff, they had Japanese stuff, they had stuff from like 20 years ago, they had old school structure decks that were sealed, they had like binders which you could look through for like cheaper singles but that were still old school, and Asian English as well. And they even had current English products that had been released. They had, at the time I was there, Dueling Mirrors, I believe it was called, was released, and of course that wasn't a great tin to buy, but yeah, that tin was even being sold there in that store. So absolutely insane store. You do have to climb like very steep steps to get to it. It is in the heart of Akihabara, but it's 100% worth it. So yeah, Fuku Torika, probably second best store there, because obviously the next one was my favorite, but yeah, it's very close, that between number one and the second one, because Fuku Torika was insane, man. Like the fact they had so much English as well, I was shocked. I was literally like, this is crazy. I did buy a Starlight Rare Black Rose Dragon in English while I was there, so it was just, I just couldn't believe it, honestly, like that they had so much English stuff. So yeah, Fuku Torika. In Japan, there is also a YouTuber many of you have heard of, Strictly Sealed. He actually went there, and I found out about it because of him. and he has a great video on it in his Japan vlog series as well. So yeah, I don't know him personally, I'm just shouting him out because he's the one who gave me that store, and when I went there I was blown away. So check out his channel for more like of a store tour, because unfortunately I didn't film while I was in there. Now, number one, by far for me, well, not by far, but number two and number one are by far the best. Number one is Card Shop B, which is just B-E-E, like the insect. This place, man, English, they had epic card sleeves, they had booster packs from back in like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. They had tins, like old school English tins. I bought a GX tin there, and I bought a 5Ds tin, and they were so cheap. They even threw in, like when I bought the stuff, they threw in some free booster packs as well, which was really cool. It's the only place that did that. Every other place did not give me free booster packs, so I'm just going to shout them out for that as well. And they had, like I said, card sleeves, man, booster packs, booster boxes, tins, singles, Asian English, Japanese, like everything you could want in a store they had. It was quite small, don't get me wrong, but all of the stores are kind of really small there in terms of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. But yeah, it was just insane. Like what they had, Card Shop B, was crazy. Now this one is in Osaka, but there's also one in Tokyo, so visit both if you can. I'm not gonna lie, the Osaka one was better, but the Tokyo one was cool as well. And in the Tokyo one, I picked up a Red Eyes Black Dragon and a Blue Eyes White Dragon from LOB, and then the Blue Eyes was from the starter deck or structure deck Kaiba Evolutions, I think it was called. And then in the Card Shop B in the Osaka, I can't remember what I picked up there. I bought a lot of stuff from there, guys. I'll be honest, most of my singles were bought from Card Shop B. I also bought these really cool card sleeves, Red Eyes Black Dragon ones, so that was just 100% the best store there. And like I said, it's a chain, it's not just one store, it's similar to Book Off, but there were only two that I found. There was one in Osaka and there's one in Tokyo. There's technically two in Osaka, but they're right near each other, like literally a 2-minute walk from what I remember. So they're kind of just like next to each other, so I would visit both. One of them I think is more Japanese oriented and the other one was English oriented, so that's kind of, yeah, I just wanted to cover those in my video. I don't think I've missed anything of going to Japan, and like I said at the start of the video, really expensive getting there, man. I get it. Flights are expensive, hotels can be expensive, but apart from that, it's pretty cheap. Like food wise, doing things there, getting around the country is quite cheap. I mean, I know I said at the start that getting from Osaka or Tokyo to Osaka is $80, but if you're getting from one side of the country to the other in 2 hours, it's not a bad price, $80. I mean, doing that in England or doing that in America is probably way more expensive. So yeah, I know, guys, I know a lot of people may be watching this video who will never get the opportunity to go to Japan, and believe me, I was in your position once. I never thought I would ever go, and then luckily I was able to do it, and I don't regret it at all. I've been to loads of countries and it was by far the best. And I love Yu-Gi-Oh! We all love Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, just 100% recommended. If there is any other tips you may have that I might have missed, if you've been, let me know, because I may have missed it. So, you know, I went there for 3 weeks. I did a lot of stuff, man. I did tourism as well, so it's hard to remember what exactly I did on every single day and where exactly I went. But this was just what stuck out to me. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next video.